your harness belt on, which had flashlights, batteries, everything in it. Putting your hat on, gloves, long pants, warm pants. Sure, we were there in the summer, but when you're there in the cold, it's so much more stuff you have to prepare with. And then we would walk out and stay out for a few hours or more. Now, here's the difference between all those UFO people that tell you stories to what I'm going to tell you. We saw things, we filmed things just about every night. One or two here and there slipped by without anything happening. I mean, it still wasn't boring because you're walking out into this vortex of energy and you have no clue what's going to happen or what could happen. To show you, we got out of the car. His mother lived near it. We parked the car, started walking over there. We look up. There's two deers, I should say one buck, kind of like if you were stretching a deer out, pulling him over a fence. I mean, it would have been simple if he just like jumped off the bridge, but they were like pulled over the fence. And what's really bizarre, we went out into the jungle. When we came back, the antlers were already cut off of the deer, the buck. But they had to commit suicide. I mean, there's nothing else that we could say because not suicide, but the jump was their suicide part. But a car could have been coming straight at them, and they jumped to avoid getting hit by the car. But the distance that they traveled was incredible to land on the fence. And that was just, when you're just getting ready to walk out into the woods and you see that, wow, what are we into for tonight? And then it got creepier. I was hoping Mr. Sargel would be here. There's the cloud beings, I don't know what Sargel actually calls them, but they're masses of clouds that follow you around, like a puppy. You walk towards it, it backs up. You walk away, it walks toward it, it follows you. What's inside it, nobody knows. Nobody knows what's really going on inside an alien's head. I'm not saying what they make you think you know or understand about them, but what's really going on. I talked about being empathic for 2 years and what it means and how you actually hear what's going on in somebody else's brain, how they say it. And what they say is ridiculous. Now, I got an open challenge. And if you're listening to this show, send it to all your UFO friends. Please. I beg you. Tell them, do they have the balls to do a debate? Whatever their topic is. Spirit, angels, demons, you name it, I'll debate them. Why? Because the truth doesn't lie, and the truth will always be there. The lies will fade away in time. So, put an email, send it to them, and you can have them go to my direct link. It's really TJ's direct link. www.blogtalkradio.com. And if you're on the computer right now, you should see that up at the beginning of the email address. And then TJ Morris ET Radio. And scroll down and you'll see all the lectures that I did give in the past 2-3 months already. I don't mind having TJ on. It's a show. It would be nice to have somebody on once in a while. So that's why Sagel18 is coming on. 2 different viewpoints, 2 different ideas of life, death, and everything else in between. But I just figured, just to give you a little idea of life outside the lies. What other people are going through that are important in the UFO world. Now, I listen to people. I'm not going to say a lady's name, but she just texted me. She just did this trip, and I listened to the whole thing. You know, when you listen to somebody else, you're listening to a program. And I'm really sorry and hate to say that. I wish it wasn't true. So, well, on the letter she sent me was inviting me to watch this video, which, I don't know, I have to say it, I did watch it. And basically, it was the most incredible footage inside the pyramid. But the part that I'm hesitant about is then you listen to programmed ideas of what they come up with, and how it's this and how it's that. Well, the thing about a projected idea, when a person comes out with a new idea or an invention, it's pretty much to manifest that reality within the person that hears it, sees it, or uses it. And then it becomes accepted or not, becomes real or not. I can go into some more places where they had an invention, they said, it doesn't work, it can't work, and then they've even tried to use it. We each are creative in our own way. The life we're living is our creation. Good, better, and different. Well, I want to make it exciting. Excitement is the illusion of that whole experience. Knowingness is much different. Being aware of the truth is much different than not knowing it. If you know something, it cannot be taken away. So my next step is, I'm in a room, it's probably 110 right now. I put the fan on, you won't be able to hear me. I hope you can. I'm trying to keep it at a real mellow place right now. I'm hoping on the hour Mr. Sargel can get in. I will try calling him again, and I'll try texting him and see what we can do. I can click on it. What do you call it? Oh man, Skype. See if he's anywhere near Skype. He's just in it. Well, I was able to send him a Skype email, so we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, I know, on the East Coast, it's starting to get cold out there. It's starting to get a little chilly. Well, it's a little chilly here at night. For me, I just went out and bought a chair. A lawn chair outside, kind of beach chair as well, whatever. Because right now, when I look at the sky, I got a big circle to look at. But keeping your body straight and your head tilted back is really painful if you do that for a long period of time. So I'm all ready to do it. I just bought the chair today because I went out. I'm dealing with this light chip and a couple other things. So yeah, it'll make it a little easier to relax when I'm out there. Plus, it's so hard using my bifocal binoculars. Because it's easy to spot something with one eye and keep your scope on it with the other. Because if you're trying to find something moving fast at nighttime, it's almost impossible to line it up to your binoculars. Never mind a telescope. So yeah, I keep buying all those things and realizing how pathetic that it is trying to do that. So I want you to know that I'm going to be releasing a whole kit on how to see a UFO. And I promise you follow it, read it, follow it, you'll see UFOs. If that's what you want. and then you can take it from there. All right? But, hold on, my screen popped up. Nobody's there. That's not good. Well, I had a bunch of questions that I do want to ask him if he comes on, because I might have to wait till Sunday. Because I don't know if how involved you are in the UFO world, if you are even. And somebody just asked me today, well, I thought you were going to get out of the UFO stuff. I said, well, I try, but the problem is they all link together. Well, how do they link together? Simply, if you start how man got here, it was aliens. So how can you take aliens out of the picture? You really can't. So that makes it a little more complex, how each one I have to deal with at a different level. I mean, I bring them together all the time. But once you get a piece of the truth, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. You get a 2,000 piece puzzle, and you throw them on a round table, whatever. And then you get 5 or 6 of them that all fit together. Now you got a lot more to link to that, because you know the colors, you know the shape, and you can build on that. So the hardest piece is putting the first piece down. So when I talk to people, my favorite question, and I dare people to answer it, is, what does spiritual mean? How's that deal with aliens? Well, the programming goes beyond the extreme of any kind of imagination. Hold on. Oh, that's not what I want. So, Joe, where are you? We each... I just got interrupted. But when we get to this point, and we're going to go out there and try to deal with right and wrong and my truth, well, you should have your truth down to a T. If you're going to say, well, I have my truth, what is it? Because everybody I ask doesn't answer it. And one of the few people who would, out of his grand demise of talking with God or some spiritual being, whatever you want to put it, and they know it. Well, what I always say, take that and put it with what's happening to the world. Does it fit in? No matter what it is, if it doesn't fit in, it's not part of the puzzle. Or the puzzle that you're putting together. And the puzzle you're putting together is your life. Not mine, not anybody else's. Because if you don't, you're going to stay in this realm for a long period of time. And I can't imagine somebody wanting to come back for any reason. Well, if I come back, I know how to do that now, and I would do that, or I would do this. It's like you got to boost your ego, and that's why you want to come back. People don't talk about the truth. They'll make everything sound important, everything sound right, everything sound good. And the old saying, if it's too good to be true, guess what? It's not. I'm giving away free gold bricks today. Yeah, they're microscopic. You have to pull them up under a microscope. But we want the best. I'm not saying most people don't. But your best and my best are different. A million people's best is different. A billion people's best is different. Most countries, the best is eating and having a real meal every day. Some, it's having a roof over their head. I mean, others, it's like, how many more computer games can I buy? So that good and right and how people adjust to it is, I don't know, I can't even say words for it, but it's